So it's Leanne here, welcome to my channel. So today we're gonna be talking about like something like very important. So yeah, let's get right to it. So trigger warning, if you don't want to it's gonna be talking about traumatic things. Trigger warning, if you want to watch it, you could just don't have to watch a video or anything like that, or you could just stay. So yes. So, I was diagnosed with PTSD over a year ago, and I am going to explain, how I got it. So, it all started with how I was on, medication, and how that I was diagnosed with PTSD. I was getting, a lot of flashbacks. I was getting a lot of nightmares, and everything. And so the signs of the symptoms of PTSD. Um, and so I noticed that I know something wasn't right with me, and I know that reflected with my childhood and with my teenage years and stuff like that. I know throughout my childhood, I didn't had a great childhood. I know it was great for a little bit, and now not until I got a little bit older, but a little bit older, maybe around 6th grade, it wasn't as good as much. So in my childhood years, I never had a really great childhood. I know I've always wanted to be loved. I always wanted to be heard. I always wanted to be seen. I've always wanted to be understood, oh, I always want to be treated well, how everybody else gets to be treated, and stuff like that. But in my childhood years, I was hurt, a lot, and I was abused. Keep in mind, I was physically, emotionally abused, and then not until 8th grade, I was bullied, and stuff like that, and then all the way till high school, and I know I was in previous relationships, twice, I went through a lot of domestic violence, and I was able to stood up and leave, but the other part was just for me to reflect on that. So I remember in a domestic violence situation, I remember I'm always getting, called names, or getting hit, but at the end of the day, I always keep a smile on my face, and stuff like that. So, but you know what? I know I was just a girl who wanted to be loved, who wanted to be loved, not. And then when I got the medication I was taking, I was getting a lot of nightmares, reflect on my past, reflect on everything, and even though I did some tests, I did some questionnaires and all that, and turns out I was diagnosed with PTSD. So, but anyways, I know this is a good or serious topic to talk about. This is a safe space, for me to talk about, all these other things. I know I've been going to therapy. I've been going to all these other things, to take care with my mental health and all that, and for me to heal from my traumatic experience whatsoever. So yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I know it's a quick video. So don't forget to comment, subscribe, follow my social medias. And so yeah, thank you.